let's give it a shot. What's the worst thing that can happen? Hello everyone, and welcome to another studio vlog with me, Carolyn, from Crafting with Glorious Purpose, where here we make unique and custom gifts for you or for that special someone. This week this week is the first full week of August. We have our vendor show next Wednesday. And so this week we're going to be doing a little loosening or tying up some loose ends and getting some stuff done. The one thing that I need to do first, I made a sandwich. I'm going to continue watching some Osbournes. Guilty pleasure, enjoying it way too much, and forgot how funny this show was. The other thing that I need to do is I want to work on my new bandana. So I'm starting to cut the fabric for these. I'm trying to figure out how many I'm going to make. So that's definitely on the list for this week. I want to work on my sign and get that vinyl cut and figured out what I'm putting on there. And then I also want to get my scratch and win cards and update my old business cards with my new ones in my checkout bags, and making sure I have enough checkout bags for the event coming up. So I'm going to go through and take care of pulling out all that. I also want to pull out I had my, if you leave a review, discount card. I'm going to take these out since I'm putting the scratch and win in instead. So obviously the review thing doesn't work anymore, other than going through Google reviews, and it doesn't say that on here. So I just want to make, if I'm going to do that route again, I might make a little flyer or something to put in the bags, maybe with upcoming events or something along those lines, but then I can tie in a review on here at a later date. But for right now, I want to get all the old cards out of the bags, put all the new cards in there, and get that taken care of for next week's show. And then I'm going to go through my inventory and make sure that I have everything synced up. The one thing I do need to remind myself is to go through my Square account and remove all the Christmas discounts. I won't be selling any Christmas items there, but I don't want to forget to take that off, because when Christmas time comes, I'm not going to discount them as deeply as I did for the upcoming Christmas events. The other thing that I had to turn down, not one, but 2 shows now for October the 4th, because I already have an event for October the 4th. So I'm really hoping this October the 4th event that I'm having at the trade school is worth it, because if it's not, I'm going to be really sad. But I had to, the show that I do in the spring and the fall for the ladies auxiliary for the volunteer fire department down the road, they're having their October fall show the same day. So I had to tell her we couldn't make this one, which is kind of a bummer. I like supporting them. It may not be a big event for me, but I enjoy supporting them and going there. I do get some business. I get, some traffic. And so, I mean, it's better than nothing at all. So yeah, I'm going to go through and remove these business cards. I still have ones in here from my first round. So I had the darker brown, and then they got changed to the lighter brown. So I'm removing these out of here. Nothing's wrong on them. I might use them to put them in, gift baskets or something. I don't have many of them left, but I'm trying to phase them out. And I'm kind of at the point now where they're lingering and they're driving me a little crazy. So I'm going to get started on taking these out while I'm watching the Osbournes. And then we'll probably work on cutting out some vinyl for the bandanas and getting a good size for the Zero Wolf's Given design, and seeing first off if it looks good on this. So this would be my medium size. Obviously with the seam allowances and everything cut down. I want to put the design over top of this to see if it's even readable. If it is, then it is all systems go, and we're going to get these knocked out this week so that we can cross that off our list. I've been moving that over and over for the past few weeks, and it's kind of been driving me a little batty. So let's get some bags unstuffed. I got all the bags done. So now I can, and some of these, I don't know what happened. Somebody must have sat on these, or they got smushed in the, so some of these might not be worth keeping. But the most part of these I can use. But this is all that's left of my old cards, so I'm just going to phase them out. And yeah, so I don't know that I have enough small bags now that I'm looking at them. These I went through a lot of at my last market. I tend to only use these if somebody buys a shadow box, so I only carry these and maybe one extra. So I have enough for one shadow box to go in. And if somebody would, in the off chance, buy a whole bunch of merchandise and would need a bigger bag, I may have like one or two extra, but for the most part, I just use these for shadow boxes. Most of my products fit in this size bag. So I have this one as my backup. I think I probably could pick up another pack of these, but the little ones I do go through quite a bit. I mean, this is a perfect size for almost all of my items. So these ones are dangerously low. So I think I'm going to pick up another pack of these and get those ready. Probably just so that I have them for upcoming markets. I mean, I might as well just prep them if I'm going to do them. So I'll probably add that to my shopping list, is to pick up some more of those. And so yeah, let's get started on cutting up some bandana stuff. that would be what it would look like. I actually like it. I think it might be dark enough that you will be able to read it. I was trying to see if it would make a difference if it was on the side, but I don't know. Something different. Most of my bandanas are straight head on. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty super easy to read. So I think we're going to go with this. I think this is going to be a go. So I have to log in back to work. Lunch break is over. So I will work on cutting the rest of these and then getting some stitching done. So it's going to be, I've gotten 1.5, I should say, of the medium size. I need a backer for this one. And then I was able to get 1 and 2 of the smalls out of there. So the fabric is just not big enough to get 2 mediums out of 1. So I can get a medium, a back of a medium, and 2 smalls out of 1, which isn't too bad. So I think I'm only going to make 1 more. I'm going to cut 1 more so that I have bigger ones, 2 more bigger ones, and then the small ones, and then not make any of the extra smalls unless I actually have extra left over. I did get this size left, which is close. But of course it was the end of the fabric. So I got these, like this one, it's on here on this one, but it's going to be folded in, so you're not going to see it. But this one runs right on the main part. So I have these stupid dots from the end of the bolt of fabric. So I don't want that. I don't want that showing. So I'm going to, I can't really use this one like I would use the other ones because it kind of goes right into, there's not enough seam allowance for that. And you would see it. It would be right on the fold. So I can't use this piece, but the other one, I might be able to get 1 extra small out of it. And if that's the case, then I will just make 1, but I'm not going to make a whole bunch of them. Like I said, I'm just going to make those to order. So we are a go. I'm ecstatic to get one of these done. Like I'm so excited. So I'm going to clean up my weeding confetti here everywhere. And I don't know if you guys use this, but this is what I do when I'm weeding. I have my little Dollar Tree and I shove my weeding stuff until it's too full, and then I can just empty it into the trash. But I have various little trash cans all over my craft room. I have this one. I have my main garbage can, but I have this one for when I'm weeding over here, and then attached to my Cricut table, I think you probably saw on my last video, is one that's on the end of the table. It clamps on so you can slide stuff into it, and it's only, it maybe would hold about this much. But that's perfect for when I'm doing dots or when I'm cutting my shadow boxes. I can scrape all the little bits into there and not have to bring it over here and then throw it back over there. So that's what I like this, because it's a perfect size and it's green and matches my craft room. So, all right, back to work. I will catch you tomorrow. I'm going to be working at karate tonight, so hopefully I can get some designs done. I'm itching to do something new, and maybe some stickers. Maybe that's what I might work on and see if I can come up with some new stickers. So iPad is charging. I got to charge my pen next, and then I will be all set for tonight. So I'm going to head back to work, and I will catch you tomorrow. Good morning and welcome to Tuesday. Today, we are going to work on our bandanas. So we got our one cut. It's a go. We're going to go with getting some of these cut up with the rest of our fabric, and then we will be in great shape bringing our new bandana. I can't wait to put this one up on the website because I think people might like this one. So it's lunchtime, sandwich ready, podcast on. I am starting the Osborne podcast. excited about this one. So this one's going to be fun listening to this one while working. So let's get cutting. Well, in true fashion, that hour just flew by. So I got 3 of the the medium size completed. I got 1 of the smalls kind of started. That leaves me with 2 of the other smalls left to turn in and then do the seam and turn them through. So I have these ones ready to go. And I'm going to give them a nice press, make sure that I got all the little things clipped off. But I got to get back on to work. So that will be for either later tonight or tomorrow. I will be able to keep things where they are so then I can just hit the ground running when I need to do it. So I'm going to leave you and head back into work, which I'm super excited about. I'm really not, but such is the life of a 9-to-5er craft small business, filling in the rest of my time. So I did want to say real quick before logging back into work, because I have a minute here, I gained quite a few new followers on my YouTube channel. So I want to send out a special thank you to those people. I can't see who they are because some people can put it private so you don't see, but I am at 55 subscribers at the moment, which I didn't think I was going to hit 50. I was kind of nervous that it wasn't going to happen, but I need to, now that I've hit over 50, I can actually do a YouTube live. So I am going to have to sit back and think about what I want to do for my first YouTube live, because I I want to hit that milestone and get my name out there. So I am going to have to think about something to do on a live. If you have ideas of something you would like to see on a live, put it below, and let's give it a shot. I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen? I would like to do an online craft show. I think that would be fun. And maybe I might do that. I don't have anything planned at all for the rest of August. I only have my show on the 13th. So there's always a chance that I might be able to do a weeknight craft show or get on for a couple hours or something like that. So I'll have to think about it and make something happen. But yeah, I'm super excited, and I'm super thankful for you guys that are joining this train wreck that is my my day-to-day. There really is no structure other than I have to work a certain time in between, and anything goes. Anything that I have time in between for is what I do. So I thank you for jumping on this journey with me, and I'm sure somebody of those 55 subscribers has the same lifestyle where you just do stuff to get things done and you try to make your pockets of time. So I love and appreciate you all, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Good morning. Welcome to Wednesday. If you're hearing that sound, that means the cricket's going. I have one last decal, or whatever you want to call it. One more of these to cut. So it's working hard on that. I got 3 smalls and 3 mediums made. I got down here a little earlier than I have been this week. And yeah, I rocked it out. So I've got them all done. They're all top stitched. And I am trying to clean up the space so that I don't know if I'm going to pull out the big, I might pull out the big press. It's already plugged in. I just have to heat it up. But I'm going to try to see if I can get these pressed before I have to log into work. I've got about 10 minutes. I probably can press a few of them at a time, so it may not take as long as I think. But let's get that press started up and get the ones we have done pressed, and maybe it might end up being that I finish this up at lunch because I still have to weed that one, but I will be in better shape than I was. So I can maybe spend lunchtime packaging them and stuff. So let's get the press on. Last one finished. The cutting press is going. I'm going to get this cut out and see if I can get this weeded before I have to log into work here. So I think today at lunch I'm gonna try to work on my sign so that I have that ready for my booth. I also, probably not today, but tomorrow, need to start the table layout and make sure that I have everything I need. Oh, I forgot the weeding tool. So yeah, I have a decent amount of stuff that I want to bring. I think I'm in good shape with everything entered into my account. I still haven't tested out. I had it charging, but I don't have it done. I didn't try it to see if it worked, but I need to get this square reader tested. Just going to buy a sticker and make sure that it clears, goes through, and there aren't any issues with the tap, the sensor before the show starts. So yeah, I have that to take care of, and I should be in good shape then, I think. I know I'm probably missing something, but that is what I think I'm going to work on. I think I'm going to work on getting this sign ready. I have enough of the elements in different various places, so it shouldn't be a problem. And I also learned something yesterday. So in my previous video, I told you that I used the rhinestone world for all of my rhinestones. I found out yesterday they sold the company. So the guy that normally runs and operates the Rhinestone World sold it to another company who was going to, I believe, from what I watched yesterday, operate it as the Rhinestone World. So that's not going away. They're going to be keeping the, doing the rhinestones and doing the, they had different heat transfer vinyls, but their Color Spark line that they had of specific type of vinyls that they did, like they had holographic. I have some of it here, I think. Absolutely love this stuff. It weeded so nice and it went on beautifully, but it's this stuff here, so you can really see it in the video here. But it's HTV that's holographic. So but it also was reflective holographic. So like when you hit it with a light or the sun hit it, it really looked cool. They're discontinuing making that because they can't afford to make it anymore. So that isn't moving with the business, but they did allude to DTF. So if that's the case, it's being moved. The press is ready. If that's the case, it's moving from Florida to Illinois. And if it's in Illinois, it might be a lot closer for me to be able to get DTF and not wait a week and a half like it is with who we currently use. I love the product, but it's just the shipping is just awful. It's like you can't just make a last minute order. It just takes way too long. So, okay, I got all these ready. I've got 5 minutes. Let's see what we can get done in 5 minutes. One minute to spare. I am concerned because it doesn't look the same. So I don't think this is very readable, but that might be just me. I think that, especially on some of these, like the word zero is completely gone. So I gotta revisit this. I don't have time to troubleshoot it right now. So I'm gonna sit and think about it. Maybe I do like little highlights in white and I compress it over top of it. Because it is like, this one is okay because zero falls in the white, whereas this one is kind of in the gray. It does look a little different on the camera than it does in person. So I might have to think about it and come back to this, but got them all pressed, ready to log in. All right, lunchtime. It is upon us. I have also run out to Dollar Tree to pick up some more small bags because, like I said, I was out of the small ones. They did not have the craft ones that I, to match the rest of them, but they did have the pink, so I went with the pink. I don't know if I like the pink or not, but we'll give it a shot. Like I said, they're just checkout bags. I like to have these little ones on hand just for small stuff, but for the most part, most of my stuff, people just take it without a bag. So I don't usually have a ton of bags on hand just for that main reason. So I need to put the gift cards. Oh, it's a very trying day for words today. I need to put the sticker, I need to put my business cards and the scratch off cards in these ones and get them prepped and put them in the pile. But I can do that at another time. I did finish last week and the list of dogs for us, which has like the coaster and has like the different names and stuff. And if I have them available at the event, I added the 2 new breeds in here. So I want to get this laminated. It did get all goofy and print my word sticker all stupid, but it's all there. And chances are if I need to remake it, I'm not going to worry about it. So I'm going to pull the laminator out and get this checked off my list. And I also, like I said, I'm looking at these and I really think they're hard to read. So, which was my fear in the first place, but it looked like it worked and I should have just waited and pressed 1. But I was excited because it looked like it was going to work and it didn't. So I'm going to ask my boys to give me their honest opinion and see if they think that maybe doing a white offset of some kind on these would help or make it worse. So right now they're as done as they're going to be. So I have that completed and I can check that off the list. So the only thing is this little bit of stuff, and I have about 15 minutes before logging back onto work. So I'm going to get the laminator going, and while that's going, I can start stuffing some bags. So I tried with my Mun Bin the new stickers that I had gotten that weren't, they weren't the official Mun Bin ones. They have a little more of a gloss to it than the kind that I usually have. So these are the actual Mun Bin ones. They have I mean, they're coated, but they're not glossy. These ones are a little glossier. Kind of hard to see, but they have a little more of a sheen to it. They worked out fine. I mean, they're not the exact same pink, but I don't really care. These are going to go on promotional stuff and things like that. So I put them on the outside of my mailers. I do, you know, things like that, but they work. I'm going to put them on the bags, and then looks like my lunch is over. And yeah, we'll pick this up again tomorrow. Tomorrow we will work on our sign, and maybe start getting through some stuff as the truck goes by. It's too nice to not have the window open, and it gets a little loud because we're right by a stop sign, so all the big trucks go by during the day. However, yeah, tomorrow we can pick up where we left off, and maybe even work a little bit on our table, or at least getting an idea of how things are going to look. But that worked out perfect. So something I can do while I'm sitting here waiting for things to load. Hello, it's Thursday. So here we are. Lunchtime, sandwich made, and I am really having a hard time today. Just don't want to work on this stuff. Would rather be doing this stuff, and it's just a lot. So today we're going to work on our little sign, which is this little guy. So I want to work on adding my information on here for my in-person events to show that I accept cash and what I accept. So I looked into, like, I don't offer Cash App, but if it goes through my Square, it looks like it's covered and it would still come to me through Square, so I don't have to set up something special. I do have Apple Pay and Google Pay, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover. I don't know what these bottom two are. I've never heard of them, but Square says that they offer it, so if it goes through Square, then it comes to me. I'm just going to apply this sticker, which will fit in this space, which is what I did on my last sign. And then I'm going to put, you know, cash or on the other side, and I'm going to cut that out of my vinyl. So I have this satin metallic that I had bought to do my wall, which is still hanging, by the way, so I guess that's a good thing, it sticks. So yeah, I'm gonna work on getting that cut out, and I had this cut out of the font that I use for my Crafting with Glorious Purpose, but I didn't think it was very readable. So I think what I'm gonna do is use the bolder font from my logo as the wording and say cash, and then maybe the or could be in the scriptier font. But I'm going to jump over to InDesign here, and we're going to start with a blank canvas here, and I believe this measures, let's see, I think it was like 6.5 by like 4.5, so I would say 4 by 6 is probably safe to leave the extras around the edges. And so let's go over to Cricut Design Space and get started. So I'm going to take and I'm going to use the word cash. I'm going to make that bigger, and then I'm going to duplicate this and make the word or. And my font is Gelato Luxe is my script font, and my bold font is Gibson Heavy. And that is going to be my font there. So I'm going to draw a box real quick here that is 6 by 4. And then in Illustrator, if you hit Command 5, it'll make it a guide for you, so you can kind of put stuff in there. I'm going to lock it. And then looks like my sticker measures about 2.5 we'll go 2 3/4 wide. So from this side, my sticker box over here will be 2 3/4 wide, and the height doesn't really matter, only because I just need to know where it's going to stop. So that's going to be where the sticker will be. So I have something like that, and then I can put this as "we accept." Oop, acceptee. There we go. All right, so we accept cash or I don't know. I don't know if I like that. I might, maybe I make it all Gibson heavy. I think that might be what I end up doing. And then this way I can center it, and I think that will work. And then we'll save this out as a SVG and outline the text, so this way it's their paths, and we're going to do a save as and name this "we accept sign." Save this as an SVG, and then we are ready for Cricut Design Space. So in Cricut Design Space we have a new project. We're going to upload our new sign. And then we're going to attach this, and we're going to hit make. I'm not going to save it, and we're going to continue. Oh, got to turn on the Cricut. We want vinyl, and I want more pressure. And then we're going to load the map. All right, the Cricut is cutting. Whoop. Cricut is cutting, and it's actually just finished. So we're going to start applying this and getting this on. So I have to weed that and then put this on here. So let's bring you down here so you can see what we're doing. So I opted to add some of the leaves on here to kind of fill up some space, and I think that'll look nice. I didn't like all the white space was left. So we're going to cut this little sliver off. And then I grabbed my bin of, or my thing of transfer tape. So I have a lot of various stickiness here. And little shards that I'm going to reuse because I don't see the point in throwing this away and cutting off a new piece. So I'm going to use this one. We're going to work on getting this weeded first, and then we'll be all set. So let's get this going. For these little tiny pieces, I'm going to use the reverse weed technique so that I can get the things out of the leaves without, because I mean, there's some big pieces in here, but for the most part, these are tiny. And I don't want to have to deal with this. Although these are coming up pretty easy, so I might just stay the course here. Normally reverse weeding will help, but yeah, it comes off easy. This stuff actually is really nice to weed. I gotta give Make Market some props. This stuff does weed pretty nice. So I'm gonna work on getting all these little tiny pieces out, and then we'll jump back on to actually assembling. Okay. I got most of them out. I think what I'm going to do is just scrape them off once they're applied. It'll be easier than just trying to do all this. So I want to get this one on first. And I have my piece of parchment paper. I'm going to use that so that I can eyeball it. Make sure that it sticks. Because this is a one and done once it's applied. And, yep, it will not stick. I don't know who thought about the parchment paper thing, but they're a godsend for this, because I can't tell you how many times I've used parchment paper to line something up and it will not stick to it. So, and apparently it won't stick to this either. Well, that's not good. All right. Hopefully that stays. It stayed on my other chalkboard sign. I don't know why it won't stay here, but looks like it's okay now. Okay, so now we're going to get my transfer tape here, and we're going to put this on here. Let's see. Does not like this tape. I don't remember where I got, I think this is that Paper Studio crap. It's not good transfer tape at all. But when you're looking to use something up, use whatever you got. It's like sticking on some parts, but not on the others. I don't know. Doesn't like some of the letters on here. They can't all be perfect weeds. Well, that was harder than it needed to be. Okay, let's get this lined up. So there we go. And now I can just go in and I can peel off these little pieces that probably aren't going to stick that great anyway, or be noticed, to be honest, but they'll be easy to pull off of here now. And I also forgot the inside of my E. So yeah, I'm going to go through and clean this up, and then we should be all set. There weren't a lot of places that I wasn't able to peel up. I got tired of waiting. I wanted to get this in. But it's easier to peel off once it's on than it is to weed it on the paper. So all set. So there you have it. A new sign to put in my tent. I think it turned out really cool. Hopefully it won't fall over as easy. That seems to be the problem that I was having, is this other one would wobble, and it was nice to have the little rope on it to hang it up, but then it would bang off of stuff and fly around, and I was like, you know what? It's time to actually upgrade it to something else. So I do like this much better than my old one. So hopefully my square new reader works, because I still have yet to try it. I actually need to really do that tonight. Just set up something, buy it, and tap it and see if it works. It takes 2 seconds to do, but every time I think about it is when I'm in the middle of something else and I never come back to it. So I got to write it on my list, or it's not going to get done. And I'm sure you all have the same problem. So I am going to, let's see, what time is it? Oh, that's my lunch. I feel like I didn't get anything done today. I still need to look at these. I brought this up to the boys yesterday, and they agreed that it was very hard to read. So I am going to try a technique where I'm going to cut out white vinyl, possibly doing either a line around it or doing an offset where it's just like a shadow for each one of these. I'm going to try it, I think, on one of these smaller ones first. That way, if it doesn't work, then I'm not out one of my bigger ones, and then we can kind of figure it out from there. Because to be honest, lining it up on here, if I can do it on here, I can do it on the bigger one. The bigger one will be easier to line up than these. So I'm going to try that first, and then if that works, I will apply it to the rest of these, and I can show you guys what the finished product looks like. But I just don't know that it's readable. It in certain lights it's easy to read, and other ones I think it's just because I know what it says. I think people are going to have a hard time reading it. So I'm going to clean up this mess that I've now made, and I'm going to get logged back into work and see you tomorrow. Tomorrow will be, I'm not really sure. Tomorrow might be starting to get tablescape ready, or at least I got to do that this weekend. Like, it's got to be one day where I sit and I actually figure this out, because I might need the boys to help me bring the tables up. So I will talk to you tomorrow. Hello and welcome to Friday. So Friday, I don't have anything today. I had lunch with my husband, so I just got back and really have like 4 minutes left. So I figured I'd get on here and actually sign the vlog off, but also just kind of give you a recap of what we're going to try to do. So Wednesday is our show, and I'm looking to work on the tablescape this weekend. So I'm going to try to film some of it just to kind of give you an idea of what we're looking to do for the table. I'm going to try to do the 2 tables, but in all honesty, maybe just a table and the 4-foot table, like a 6 and a 4 instead of the 2 6s, because I need a space for the checkout, but I don't know that I'm going to fill up the whole 2 tables. So I might be able to get away with just the 4 and do a space in the middle for me to do checkout. I don't want to make it too crazy with it being, you know, a Wednesday night, weeknight type deal. I mean, we did really well with the last one, so I don't want to overcrowd it with a bunch of stuff. And we had a lot of stuff last time, but I did one whole table dedicated just to Christmas, and I won't have that this time. So that's why I think I'm going to try the 6 and the 4 like I've always done. And then, you know, give it a shot, see what happens. We have one more moon market that's in September. So if it doesn't work for this one, then I can try something else for the September show. But she's been promoting these events a lot more heavily. So I think the uptick in people coming and now knowing what to expect when they come to the market, that it will be food and some other vendors. So I'm kind of excited that, you know, it's getting advertised and people are starting to understand that every other Wednesday in the summer to come in, the moon market starts up and they have the musical guests and all that stuff. So yeah, we're excited. So I'm going to work on the table this weekend. I'll put that stuff in for next week, but next week will be last minute stuff, getting ready for the market, bring you along for the market. I'm going to try my best to set up and try to have some footage. Last time it rained, so I'm hoping, I didn't look at the weather for next week as I'm afraid to, but like today it is absolutely gorgeous outside. We've gotten out of the heat, and it's just a nice warm day. Like 80s without the high humidity has been awesome. I can't even explain it. So I'm hoping that that's the case. No wind, no craziness, and then I can just do a regular setup, and I'm not going to be panicking to hurry up and get things up because I need to get the sidewalls up and all that other stuff. So if it's a normal day, I'm hoping I can get some footage of setup and things like that. But to be honest, if you've seen somebody set up, you've seen everybody set up, so it's nothing really. I'm not going to be doing anything different. Putting up a table, putting a tablecloth on. So, but yeah, I figured, you know, at least seeing how I put my products out, we can kind of go through and do that kind of stuff. But yeah, so I'm going to leave it here, and I will catch you guys next week. If you enjoyed this video, or if there's something you would like to see, leave me a comment below and let me know. Give me a subscribe. We do this every single Monday. I try to post every Monday by 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you know, give me a like, give me a subscribe, give me a shot. I'm trying my best. You know, it's kind of hard when you're doing a 9-to-5 and doing this as a side business. You know, you find your pockets of time and you make it count. So that's kind of what I do, which is why these videos are all over the place. I don't really have a set schedule. I just kind of go, hey, I have some time, I can film, and I kind of show you where I'm at or where my head's at for that time. So I'm sure others go through the exact same thing, but we're not all smiles and beautiful things here. It's just getting it done. So you know, I applaud the people that can take time to making their videos look like movies, but I'm not there. I don't have the time for it. I'm just trying to get my stuff done in a timely fashion. So I will see you guys next week. I hope you have an awesome week, and thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.